Hillary Clinton's biggest primary win wasn't in her home state of New York. It was here, in Alabama, a reliably red state for the past 9 presidential elections. To understand why, it's important to understand the history here and what the Clinton name means to the state's people.
You had the Montgomery bus boycott. You got Selma to Montgomery, which is the Voting Rights Act. Park across the street, where the kids were sprayed with hoses and bitten by dogs. The church next to us. That's the reason why the 1964 Civil Rights Act was passed in the first place.
Secretary Clinton came back to Alabama 3 times during the primaries, a place where she spent part of her early career investigating segregation in Alabama school districts in the 1970s.
I believe that opens her eyes to the depths of the inequalities that have been seen in the education system.
It's a divide that still plagues the state today. Clinton's last campaign stop in the state was in Birmingham.
It's so great to be here at Miles. I want to thank all of you.
So this place was filled when the secretary visited. From wall to wall, we had students, we had local politicians, we had neighborhood residents. People from all over Alabama actually traveled to Birmingham for this experience.
Just for
this experience.
Her speech here.
Yes.
I know that among the barriers we still have to knock down is systemic racism.
I think that she understands how important the African American voter base is. She understood the Birmingham community has a strong African American presence.
One of Hillary Clinton's largest margins of victory was here in the state of Alabama against Bernie Sanders.
I think the fact that her husband was a successful president, I think that does influence people's thinking.
Is it about tradition and legacy?
I think it's about not just tradition and legacy, but proof of interest within a community. I think that the former president proved his interest in all people, and to include the African American community and their interests. So I think that was a spillover from what he proved.
It's no secret her husband was popular with black voters, but Hillary didn't have it made. In 2008, Obama won 84% of the black vote in the state, and Hillary took home just 14.5%. This time around, she won, and by a much greater margin against Bernie Sanders, 85%.
I think she's invested in the voter. She knew that, hey, most of the time, everybody that voted for Bill Clinton probably were black. So at the time, she just piggybacked off of where she knew her husband got his wins. Why not? I mean, he's already won. So why would you not take the winning route if you already know how to win?
A win here in the general is highly unlikely. So will the time she spent here matter come November?
I respect the realness of her, that she was actually willing to stop by. I think she's just trying to stamp her seal in politics. Not really saying that, not bringing up the history to make us remember. She's just making us remember that she has history.